Good day, my name is Nkosinathi. I go by the name of the Villager. This is my YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in. Nkosinathi Ncala, that's my name and surname. I go by the name of the Villager, Nkosi. So basically, this is a series of 12 poems on the ills of society. So this is the sixth poem from the series. It's called What If Jesus Was the Devil and Judas Was God? What if Jesus was the devil and Jesus was God? So let's go back to Jesus' last night on earth, right? They're having the Last Supper. He's chilling with the 12 disciples, and he prophesies the future, what's going to happen. He's like, and every time Jesus spoke, like he said, "Really, really." So if you read the King James version or the Bibles that initially came out in the first century, run up at the time St. Paul were doing their writings, 60 AD, 68 after the death of Christ, run up at the first writings that were being documented by the disciples and those that were close to Christianity, before the Romans Christianized it and made it commercialized. Now basically this is whenever Jesus spoke, he'd say, "Vele, vele, I say unto you." So every time Jesus spoke, he'd say, "Vele, vele, I say unto you." And if you read the King James version, which is what I read, it's highlighted in red. So every time Jesus spoke, it would say, "Vele, vele, I say unto you." That's profound, you know. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the New Testament, the new translations and everything, but "Vele, vele, I say unto you," those are actual Jesus words. Every time he wouldn't speak without saying "Vele, vele." So back to Judgment Day, the Last Supper. He prophesies, we'll name just 3 of them. He's like, "Vele, vele, I say unto you, surely tonight will not end without one of you betraying me." They're like, "Master, no. Master, no." He's like, "Vele, vele, I say unto you, the cock will crow 3 times, and then you'll realize that you betrayed me. Vele, vele, I say unto you, one of you is going to betray me." The disciples say, "No, no, 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 no." And what happens is, one of Jesus' disciples, Peter or Simon, are like, "Master, who's going to betray you?" He's like, "I will dip my hand in my bread in this honey and give it to him." He gave it to Judas. Yeah. "Vele, vele, I say unto you, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is in their hands." Vele, vele, I say unto you, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is in their hands. So this is one thing they never really touched on in church. Well, they touched on the transfiguration when Jesus was up in the mountain, and 2 of the disciples came up to the mountain with him, and they saw him transfigure. A cloud came, and out of that cloud there was Jesus, there was Moses, there was Allah. Now Allah could have been John the Baptist, could be the Messiah, the second coming, God himself, but most people say it's Elijah. But and it was after the beheading of John the Baptist, so that's a topic for another day. But the transfiguration they talk about in church, where there was Moses, and there was Allah. And the disciples saw this and they were shocked, they didn't know what to say. And yeah, then eventually Jesus came back to be Jesus. So now on the last night that they came to get Jesus, the Roman soldiers called Judas, right? It said like, the Roman soldiers were like, "Okay, how are we going to know that he is the Messiah?" So now, do you realize the depth of that? The Roman soldiers have seen Jesus preach in Jerusalem. They've seen him preach in Jericho. They've seen him in the synagogues. They've seen him perform miracles. They know about him. But why would the soldiers say, "How are we going to know that this is him?" So Jesus could transfigure, he could change shapes. And if you do further reading on the history of the Jews, they will tell you that Jesus looked like James and another disciple, Eli. So, you know, but why would they say, "How are we going to know that this is him?" You know, they know who's Jesus. So on the night that they're coming for him, he's only with 12 disciples. Why wouldn't they know? That's deep, y'all. That, you know, you need to go deep into that. Just picture. I can't even comprehend that, but just picture that. Why would they not know who Jesus is? You know, so Judas said, "I will kiss him on the cheek and say, 'Master, Master.'" So Jesus could change form. How deep is that? I see all the miracles, walking on the water, healing the dead, raising the dead. But if Jesus could transfigure, even on his last day, why don't they focus on that? They tell us, "Drink of my blood, eat of my flesh, break this bread in remembrance of me." Why don't they focus on that? On that moment when they came to take him, he would transfigure. So he was betrayed by those closest to him, you know. So so this is don't take this too literally. Like, why this poem is called What if Jesus was the devil and Judas was God? Okay, it's just I'm a poet. You gotta go deep. You gotta just picture all the different possibilities, all the probabilities, you know, and just for your own understanding, and to question and to doubt and to put finality in your reasoning. Okay, so why I say, what if Jesus was the devil and Judas was God? Okay, now if Judas, it was written in creation, had the power to betray Jesus and Jesus was down the cross. Now picture this, why would Jesus have to die on the cross? They say for our sins, right? But what if Jesus was the devil, and if Jesus lived, he would have been like God? And what if God was Judas? So Judas had to betray and, with the help of the Romans, kill God, so that Jesus does not become like God, Judas. It's just a concept. You gotta question the possibilities. You just gotta question. So yeah, this is called what if Jesus was the devil and Judas is God? It's just question. But focus on the transfiguration. When the Romans came for Jesus, they were like, the soldiers, how are we gonna know that this is him? And he said, don't worry, I'll kiss him on his cheek and I will say, Master, Master. So Jesus could transfigure. That's deep, y'all. Thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. I go by the name of Nkosi. Thank you.